Jai Shri Ram. Today it's the turn of Canto 107. So what is it about? Sri Ram tries to impress upon Bharat, who believed that Dashrath was prompted by lustful attachment to his mother in making over the kingdom to him, that Dashrath was compelled to do so because, in the first place, he had promised to Kaikeyi's father while marrying her that the latter's son alone would succeed to the throne after Dashrath's death, and secondly, he was keen to repay the debt he owed to her for having come to his rescue in his encounter with the demons, and accordingly urges Bharat to assume the rulership of Ayodhya. Thereupon, the glorious Sri Ram, eldest brother of Lakshman, highly respected among his clansmen, replied to the said Bharat, who was speaking again in that strain. The assertion that you, a son born of Dashrath, the foremost of kings through Kaikeyi, have made just now as above is reasonable. In the past, while marrying Kaikeyi, your mother, O brother, our celebrated father, promised to your maternal grandfather that the kingdom of Ayodhya in favor of her issue as the best prize for the marriage. Nay, propitiated by standing him in good stead in a conflict between the gods and the demons, and immensely delighted the powerful king who held sway over the entire globe, granted a boon to your mother. Then, binding him with a solemn oath, your aforesaid illustrious mother, who was endowed with an excellent complexion, sought the following two boons of Dashrath, the foremost of men, viz., rulership for you, O tiger among men, and exile for me, and urged thus the king granted the aforesaid boons to her. I, too, O jewel among men, have been enjoined by our aforesaid father to dwell here in the forest for 14 years in consequence of the boon granted by our father to your mother. As such, I, who have no rival in this world and stand by the veracity of my father, have come to this lonely forest accompanied by Lakshman and Sita. You too, O ruler of kings, ought likewise, and as enjoined by our father, to vindicate the truthfulness of our father by getting yourself consecrated on the throne of Ayodhya immediately. For my sake, O Bharat, exonerate the powerful king from the debt he owes to Kaikeyi. Save our father by redeeming his promise, and delight your mother, O knower of what is right. The following utterance, which is held sacred as a Shruti text, is heard to have been addressed to the mains by the wise and illustrious king named Gaya, who is believed to have founded the city of Gaya while performing sacrifices in the territory of Gaya, the region which is now covered by the district of Gaya. Since a son delivers his father from the hell named Put, he is designated as Putra. According to another interpretation, a son is he who protects his father in all possible ways. A number of sons endowed with virtues and versed in many shastras should be desired, so that at least one of them may proceed to Gaya and perform Shraddha there. So did all royal sages believe, O powerful scion of Raghu. Therefore, O jewel among men, protect your father from hell. Accompanied by Shatrughan and together with all Brahmanas, return, O gallant Bharat, to Ayodhya and protect the people. I, too, for my part, accompanied by these two, viz. Sita, a princess of Videha kingdom, and Lakshman, shall enter the Dandak forest without tarrying here any longer. Be you, O Bharat, the ruler of the people themselves. I too shall be the emperor of wild beasts. Return you, extremely delighted, to Ayodhya, the foremost of cities, this very day, and I too shall enter the Dandak forest, highly rejoiced. Let the royal umbrella, O Bharat, repulsing the rays of the sun, spread a cool shade over your head. I too shall gradually seek that dense shade of these forest trees. Let Shatrughan of peerless wisdom for his part, be your assistant, and the well-known Lakshman, a son of Sumitra, be my chief friend. Let us, his 4 worthy sons, enable the king to adhere to truth. Do not feel dejected. Thus ends Canto 107 in the AYODHYAKAND of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. Now we come to Canto 108. Bharat, having been silenced by Sri Ram, an eminent sage, Jabali by name, tries to persuade Sri Ram to accept the throne by advocating the theory of Nastikas, non-believers, with intent to arouse in him the lust of sovereignty. To Sri Ram, the knower of what is right, who was comforting Bharat, Jabali, a jewel among Brahmans, addressed the following words contrary to the Vedic religion. You have spoken all right, O scion of Raghu, but such a vain resolution akin to that of an ordinary man ought not to have been made by you, who are endowed with a noble understanding and given to austerities. No man is the friend of anyone, nor is anything to be gained by anyone through anyone. For alone is a creature born, and alone does it perish. Therefore, the man who feels attached to anyone, believing that the latter is his mother or father or Ram, should be reckoned on a par with a madman, for none is related to another. As while journeying to another distant village, a man stays abroad in the course of his journey and, leaving that resting place behind, proceeds further the next day, even so, to men a father, mother, home, and wealth are only a temporary shelter. O Ram, the wise do not get attached to these. Relinquishing the kingdom of Ayodhya, inherited from your father, O jewel among men, you as such ought not to tread the wrong path, which is painful, rugged, and bristling with thorns. Get yourself consecrated on the throne of the prosperous Ayodhya, for the city eagerly awaits your return, like a widow who wears a single braid of hair as a sign of mourning and dissolution. Enjoying kingly delights of great value, O prince, sport you in Ayodhya as Indra does in heaven. Dashrath was none to you, nor were you related in any way to him. The king was not you, while you are not the king Dashrath. Therefore, do what is recommended to you. The father is only an efficient cause of a creature. It is only the sperm and the ovum conjointly retained by a prospective mother during the nights favorable for conception that constitute the material cause of a human being in this world. The aforesaid king has departed to the destination where he was bound to go, viz., back to the 5 elements from which he had sprung up. Such is the natural way of created beings, while you are being harassed for no purpose. I bewail only those whosoever are devoted to wealth and religious merit, not others who are devoted to sense enjoyment alone, for having undergone suffering in this life for the sake of wealth and religion, merit, they have met with extermination even after death. People here have taken to Shraddha and other allied rites under the belief that Astaka, a Shraddha performed on the 7th, 8th and 9th day of the dark fortnights of the lunar months of Pausha, Magha and Falguna, respectively, and other Shraddhas are calculated to gratify the mains. Look at the wanton waste of food involved in these rites. For what will dead men eat? Sorry. If the food eaten by one man here reaches the body of another in the whole other world, one might as well offer Shraddha to those travelling from home. No provisions for journey should be necessary for them. Joining us to worship gods, make gifts, get ourselves consecrated for a sacrificial performance, practice austerities, and renounce our health and home, these books have been written by talented men with a view to exalting charity. Having known this truth, O highly intelligent prince, arrive at the conclusion that there is nothing beyond this visible universe. Depend upon that which meets the eye. Discard that which is outside the ken of your senses. Respecting the judgment of the wise who believe that alone which meets the eye to be true, which serves as an authority for all men, and propitiated by Bharat, accept you the kingdom. Thus ends Canto 108 in the AYODHYAKAND of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a Rishi and the oldest epic. Jai Shri Ram.